Nobody saw this coming. If you think you know who the Dallas Cowboys' most important rookie is this year, you are about to be proven completely wrong. Everyone was watching the first-round pick. Everyone was obsessed with the hype names. And while all eyes were on the shiny new stars, the Cowboys quietly found something nobody else noticed. A player so overlooked that even hardcore Cowboys fans couldn't tell you his name 3 months ago. But right now, behind closed doors at the Star, coaches are saying his name with a different tone. A tone of surprise. A tone of, wait, this guy might actually be special. By the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly why this rookie, the one everyone ignored on draft day, is turning into the most dangerous secret weapon on the entire Dallas Cowboys roster. And trust me, what happens in the next 15 seconds is going to change the way you watch this entire season. Before we go any further, I need you to do something for me. Not because I'm asking for a favor, but because if you're someone who genuinely loves this team, who bleeds silver and blue, who stays up checking every single roster update, every practice report, every insider tweet, then you are exactly the kind of person this channel was built for. I pour real hours into digging up stories that the big outlets either miss or don't care enough to tell properly. If that means something to you, hit that subscribe button right now, tap the bell, and let's do this together. It genuinely helps more than you know, and it keeps stories like this one coming. Okay. Let's get into it. Here's the moment that changes everything, and I'm giving it to you right at the start because you need to hear this before anything else. In the middle of a routine defensive line drill during Dallas Cowboys OTAs this year, a rookie that almost nobody outside of Alabama football fans had ever heard of blew past 2 offensive linemen in the same rep, on a play designed to stop exactly that from happening. The coaches on the sideline stopped talking. One of them turned to another and said something that later got repeated around the building for days. That rookie's name is LT Overton, and what happened next is the reason we're making this video today. Let's rewind for a second, because to understand how big this moment actually is, you have to understand where this player came from, and just how invisible he was heading into the 2026 NFL Draft. When the Dallas Cowboys walked into the 2026 Draft, all the noise, all the headlines, all the attention was locked onto 2 names. Caleb Downs, the safety they took with the 11th overall pick, a player many analysts called the best overall talent in the entire draft class. And right behind him, Malachi Lawrence, the edge rusher out of UCF they grabbed in the first round, a player some were already calling a dark horse for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Every Cowboys fan on social media was talking about these 2 names. Every mock draft grade, every instant reaction video, every Cowboys draft grades article was built entirely around Downs and Lawrence. And that's exactly how it's supposed to work. First round picks get the spotlight. That's the NFL? That's how fans consume the draft. Nobody clicks on a video breaking down the 4th round pick. Nobody makes highlight reels for a name buried on page 3 of the draft class rankings. But here's the thing about NFL draft classes that casual fans don't always realize. The story of a draft class isn't written on draft night. It's written months later, in empty practice facilities, in unglamorous minicamp reps that nobody's filming for social media, in quiet conversations between position coaches that never make it to the press conference podium. And that's exactly where this story actually begins. Deep into day 3 of the draft, with the round 3, round 4 picks flying off the board, the Cowboys made a selection that barely registered a blip on the radar. Pick number 137 overall. A defensive lineman out of Alabama named LT Overton. If you didn't already follow college football closely, there's a real chance you scrolled right past this name when the pick was announced. No highlight package played on the broadcast. No analyst broke down his tape for 5 minutes. It was treated like exactly what conventional wisdom says a 4th round pick should be treated as. A depth piece. A camp body. A player who might make the roster if things go well, and might get cut in September if they don't. That's the brutal reality of being drafted outside the first 2 rounds in today's NFL. You are not promised anything. You are not guaranteed a single rep. You have to fight, immediately, from day 1, just to prove you belong in the same building as the guys who got the guaranteed contracts and the primetime introduction videos. Now here's where the story starts to shift, and this is the part that most people watching this video have completely missed, because it didn't happen under bright lights. It happened during rookie minicamp, in the kind of practice session that barely gets covered by anyone outside of beat reporters typing notes on their phones. According to the Cowboys' own coaching staff, new defensive coordinator Christian Parker had already built out a specific plan for Overton before he ever stepped onto the practice field in Dallas. Instead of boxing him into one narrow role, the way teams often do with late-round linemen, Parker positioned him as a defensive tackle who could line up in multiple spots. 3 technique. 4-eye technique. 5 technique. If you're not deep into defensive line terminology, here's what that actually means in plain English. It means the coaching staff didn't see a one-dimensional camp body. They saw a chess piece. A player flexible enough to be moved around the formation, someone who could create problems from different angles depending on what the offense was showing. That's not how you treat a player you expect to cut in August. That's how you treat a player you're building a role around. And here's what makes this even more interesting. Overton is unusually undersized compared to a typical interior defensive lineman, but that weakness might actually be his biggest weapon. Coaches have started noticing that his quickness off the snap creates problems that bigger, slower defensive tackles simply cannot replicate. He's not trying to outmuscle 400-pound offensive linemen in a straight line. He's using leverage, first-step explosiveness, and pure suddenness to get into the backfield before blockers can even set their feet. In a defense that desperately needed more disruption up front after finishing among the worst units in the league last season, that kind of skill set isn't just useful. It's exactly what was missing. Now let's talk about why this matters so much for the Dallas Cowboys specifically, because context here is everything. Last season, the Cowboys' defense was, by almost every statistical measure, one of the biggest reasons this team missed the playoffs. The offense, led by Dak Prescott, could move the football. But every time the defense needed one crucial stop, one third down conversion denied, one drive-killing sack, they came up empty far too often. Fans watched game after game slip away in the fourth quarter because the defense simply could not close things out. That failure directly led to a full organizational reset on that side of the ball. New coordinator. New scheme. New philosophy. And an offseason where Dallas poured resources, through free agency, through trades, and through this very draft class, into rebuilding a defense that could actually finish games. Which brings us back to Overton. Because in a defense that is desperate for interior pressure, desperate for a disruptive presence that can occupy gaps and force quarterbacks into uncomfortable decisions, a rookie who wasn't even supposed to be a headline story is quietly checking every single box that Christian Parker's new scheme requires. Think about that for a second. While the entire fan base was locked in on Caleb Downs patrolling the secondary, and Malachi Lawrence rushing off the edge, the actual engine of this defensive turnaround might end up being a player picked more than 100 spots after both of them. This is where I want you to really sit with something, because it's the emotional core of why this story matters so much, not just as a football story, but as a human one. Every single year in the NFL, there are players like Overton. Guys who did everything right in college. Guys who put up real production, real tape, real proof that they belong. And on draft day, they watch names get called ahead of them, over and over, round after round, while their own name sits there, untouched, unwanted, ignored by team after team. Imagine sitting in a room with your family, having worked your entire life toward this one moment, and having to watch other people's dreams come true before yours even gets a chance. That's the reality for every player who doesn't hear his name until day 3, if he hears it at all. And it doesn't stop once you finally get drafted. Being a 4th-round pick doesn't come with a guaranteed roster spot. It doesn't come with a locked-in role. It comes with a training camp battle against players who were drafted higher, players who signed as bigger-name free agents, and players already established on the roster who have no intention of giving up their job easily. Every single practice is an audition. Every single rep matters. One bad camp, and you're gone, cut before the season even starts, your name forgotten as quickly as it appeared. That's the pressure Overton has been playing under since the moment he walked into the building. And by all early accounts, from official team reporting to independent beat writers who cover this roster every single day, he has been rising to that pressure, not shrinking from it. His own comments after arriving in Dallas tell you everything about the mentality that's driving this. Instead of talking about stats, or ego, or where he was picked, he talked about learning from the veterans in that room and preparing himself for whatever role the coaching staff decided to give him. That might sound like a standard, safe answer that every rookie gives in a press conference. But for a player at his position, entering a brand new scheme, under a brand new coordinator, that mindset is not just a nice quote. It's the exact foundation you need if you're going to go from a name nobody knew to a player who actually earns real snaps in week 1. Now here's a detail that a lot of casual fans completely overlook when they think about rookie development. Learning a new defensive system as a rookie isn't just about lining up and going. It's about mastering technique, understanding leverage, disciplined gap assignments where one wrong step can blow up an entire defensive play. It's the kind of mental workload that has ended a lot of promising careers before they even started, because talent alone isn't enough if you can't process the mental side fast enough. The players who succeed as Day 3 rookies aren't always the most physically gifted players in the class. They're the ones who can absorb an entirely new playbook, in a new city, under a new coaching staff, faster than everyone else around them. And based on everything coming out of Dallas right now, Overton appears to be doing exactly that. Let's talk about the bigger picture here, because this isn't just about one player. This is about how NFL rosters are actually built, and why the players everyone ignores on draft night often end up being the difference between a good season and a great one. Look at Dallas' own roster history. The stars, the marquee names, they get the primetime slots, the jersey sales, the highlight reels. But championship rosters are built on depth. They're built on the guys in rounds 4, 5, 6, 7 who outperform their draft slot and give a coaching staff options they didn't expect to have. Every playoff team in this league has multiple players like that on their roster, quietly doing the dirty work that never trends on social media but shows up clearly on the game film, and shows up even more clearly in the win column. If Overton continues on this trajectory, here's what it means for the Cowboys season. It means Christian Parker has another legitimate option to rotate along that defensive interior, keeping starters fresh and creating unpredictable pressure packages that offensive coordinators have to prepare for. It means the front office's decision to prioritize defensive rebuilding through this draft class is already paying off in ways that go beyond the first-round names everyone expected. And it means that when this defense takes the field in September, there's a real chance the player causing the most problems for opposing offensive lines isn't the guy who got the big draft night introduction. It's the guy nobody outside of Alabama fans had ever heard of 2 months earlier. Now let's talk about what's coming next, because this story is far from finished, and this is exactly why you need to stay locked in for the rest of this season. Training camp is where all of this either gets confirmed or gets exposed. OTAs and minicamp are non-contact, low-pressure environments. Real football, real physicality, real pressure against players actually trying to win their job across from you. That's where the truth comes out. If Overton can carry this momentum from spring practices into padded training camp, into preseason games where real evaluation happens, he has a legitimate chance to not just make this roster, but to earn a real rotational role from week 1. And if that happens, you're looking at a defensive line rotation that suddenly has more juice, more disruption, and more unpredictability than anyone projected back in April.